The suicide of Dalit PhD scholar Rohit Vemula in 2016 brought to light the issue of systemic discrimination based on caste. Vemula was suspended along with 5 other members of the Ambedkar Students Association after complaints from the ABVP. In his final note, he wrote, "My birth was a fatal accident."
क्या ये यूनिवर्सिटीज दलित लोगों के लिए नहीं है? अगर ये यूनिवर्सिटीज दलित लोगों के नहीं है तो क्यों आप यूनिवर्सिटीज को क्यों ना बंद करते?
Despite having a scheduled caste certificate, Rohit's caste status was questioned after his death, with then Minister of External Affairs Sushma Swaraj reportedly suggesting that Vemula was not Dalit. So while the Supreme Court asked for sub-categorization among Dalits, leading to formation of a creamy layer, it is a fact that Dalits across the class spectrum are discriminated on the basis of caste.
We have examples, recent example when an IPS officer को security मांगनी पड़ती है, IPS officer को security मांगनी पड़ती है अपनी बारात निकालने के लिए.
Welcome to Deep Dive with Outlook. Today we will be discussing the Supreme Court permitting the sub-categorization of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in states. Last month, the Supreme Court overturned the E.V. Chennaiya versus State of Andhra Pradesh 2005 judgment, which had considered all scheduled caste groups under Article 341 as homogeneous. The concept of the creamy layer introduced by the Satyanathan Commission in 1971 aimed to exclude socially, economically and educationally advanced members of the OBC community from reservation benefits. Justice Nariman observed, "The whole object of reservation is to see that backward classes of citizens move forward so that they march hand in hand with other citizens of India on an equal basis. This will not be possible if only the creamy layer within that class bag all the coveted jobs in the public sector and perpetuate themselves, leaving the rest of the class as backward as they always were." States have argued that the sub-categorization ruling works similarly to the creamy layer concept. Instead of excluding socially and economically advanced castes from the scheduled caste list, the state offers preferential treatment to the more disadvantaged groups within the scheduled castes. Almost a century ago, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar addressed the issue of divisions within Dalit communities. A letter from a member of the Mang community in Maharashtra highlighted the discrimination faced at the hands of Ambedkar's own community, the Mahars. Ambedkar later wrote, while formulating the contours of right to representation, weightage carved out from the share of the majority shall not be assigned to one community only. It shall be divided among all minority communities equally or in inverse proportion to their economic position, social status and educational advance. Ambedkar's concerns remain relevant today. Dalit scholar Ravi Kant noted in Uttar Pradesh there are 66 Dalit subcastes with 60 subcastes often having limited political representation. The Bahujan Samaj Party, which was influential to Dalit politics, did not adequately include the Valmiki community despite its size. A survey titled Understanding Untouchability, conducted by Navasarjan and the John F. Kennedy Foundation across 1589 villages in Gujarat, found that while 98 types of untouchability are practiced by caste Hindus against Dalits, there are 99 types of untouchability among Dalits themselves. The survey also revealed that 98.4% of caste Hindus oppose intercaste marriage. This figure rises to 99.1% among Dalits. In a recent parliament session, MP Chandrasekhar Azad highlighted that the majority of jobs, 98%, is in the private sector, which lacks affirmative action for marginalized communities.
मेरी मांग है और मैंने निजी विधेयक भी पेश किया था कि निजी क्षेत्रों में SC ST की OBC के लोगों को आरक्षण की व्यवस्था कराई जाए और पुरानी पेंशन बहाल की जाए.
With the Supreme Court's ruling, what lies ahead for India's reservation system? Does this decision reflect an attempt to address long-standing disparities within the scheduled castes, or does it risk further fragmentation within an already marginalized group? For this and more, you can read Outlook's latest issue, Caste versus Caste.